You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Brown.
Yes.
You brought this case before the court?
I did.
What's going on?
Well, she left when our son was 11 months old. He's 10
11
now.
months?
11 months, yes. And she chose to pursue her career.
Wait a minute, I got hung up. You said 11 months
11
and he's
months.
10 years old
He's
now?
10 years old now. She chose her career over being a parent, although she wanted to be a parent, and left me with the child. It's been hard. I do what I can do. Take care of our son. She's still chasing her dreams. Nothing wrong with that, but she did decide to have a child, and I just want to know what happened. Some kind of financial compensation if she's chasing her dreams and making all the money she wants to make. Maybe she can just throw some money our way, and that'll be.
Let's dive into a compelling child support case. Mr. Brown takes the stand, revealing how his ex-partner left him to raise their 10-year-old son alone while she pursued her career. Now, after years of carrying the full weight of parenthood, he's seeking financial support. The judge listens intently, recognizing both the emotional toll and financial strain Mr. Brown has endured. While ambition is admirable, parental duties can't be put on pause. As he shares his struggles, juggling work, raising a child, and continuing his education, the tension in the courtroom rises, with emotions running high. This case promises a fair yet intense debate. Let's see how it all plays out.
He's been having your son for 10 years.
He said throw some money their way. What that mean? Throw some money their way?
Would you clarify for her
Well,
what you
if she
mean by
doesn't
that,
want
sir?
to be in his life and be around and be a mother, and I have to be the father and the mother, then maybe I should be compensated for being the father and the mother.
You mean by her paying child support?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all he looks for is money.
Well, he would
Okay,
like to play baseball.
it takes more than air to raise a child, ma'am. You have to pay something. What else do you want him to receive to be able to raise this child? I'm listening.
And our child has dreams.
He needs to get a job and stop trying to depend on
no, what you need to do is listen to what I'm saying and answer my question and not worry about what he has going on. Everything is about you right now.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it is. We'll get to the money part in just a minute in terms of calculations, because this child has been with him for a long time, and to go without any sort of financial assistance, and based on what you've turned in, you've made money and you have not given anything to him for your child, it's absurd.
I've been throwing money his way, and I don't know what he's been doing with it, because I make over $85,000 a year.
Excuse me?
Over $85,000 a year.
You make over $85,000
Over
a year.
$85,000
She hasn't given
a year,
you any
and I've
money,
been-
sir?
Not too much. And really, the thing is,
This dude is lying. This
thing
dude is
is-
lying.
Excuse me, I can't listen to both of y'all at the same time. I have 2 ears, but I only can listen to one person
well,
at
the
a
thing
time.
is, well, she's all free pursuing her career. I have to watch the child.
Wait a minute, what kind of, ma'am,
Well,
please.
it's hard to find a job and take care of a kid.
What kind of career does she have?
She's an esthetician.
Your version is already compelling, but I've given it a sharper, more dynamic flow while keeping the emotional weight intact. Mr. Brown lays out his case, explaining how he spent the last decade raising his son alone, playing both parental roles without support. Balancing work, education, and fatherhood hasn't been easy, but he's done everything to provide. Now, he's asking for financial help from his ex-partner, who earns over $85,000 a year as an esthetician. He's not requesting much, just enough to cover their son's essentials, from meals to extracurriculars like go-karting and video games. The judge listens closely, recognizing the sacrifices Mr. Brown has made. Adding to the weight of the case, he reveals how their son often asks about his absent mother, making the emotional toll impossible to ignore. As he pleads for fairness, the tension in the courtroom is undeniable. What will the verdict be?
I
Okay.
would give her that.
For it too.
However,
Ma'am,
diapers and
excuse me, sir. All this extra and this attitude, I'm the only person that can have an attitude in here, okay? Yes, it's right. So I'm gonna need you to tone it down a little bit, okay? Thanks. Go ahead, sir.
And our 10-year-old is a growing boy, and he has a lot of things he'd like to do, and it's very hard for me. I don't want to get any government assistance. I would like to do it as best as I can on my own. However, I can't go back to school and take care of our son and have a job and run a business. Is very hard, and
I imagine so.
It is.
I imagine so. What type of expenses does your son have?
He has normal childhood expenses, food.
Is he involved in extracurricular activities?
Yes, he likes to read. He likes games. I like to keep him with electronics and things to spark his interest.
What type of extracurricular activities?
He likes go-karts, motorcycles. He likes race cars, train sets, video games. He likes going out to the park, going to the lake, and all that.
Ma'am, do you hear all of that? All of that costs money.
It sure does. And like he said, I've been throwing money their way.
Every now and then, it hasn't been consistent.
It's not very consistent.
And it clearly cannot be consistent. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a reason to be here.
Does he have a job? Can you ask him that question?
Ma'am, you know what? He's taking care of the child.
Doing what though?
The child lives with him, correct?
Correct.
Right. So whether he works or not, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that he is raising you all's child, and you're not doing anything consistently. So we're going to make that change.
According to him, though, right?
I want to see you do the same. After I feel.
The ex-partner's response is anything but sympathetic. She claims she's been sending money their way, though she admits her contributions have been inconsistent. Instead of taking responsibility, she shifts the blame, questioning why Mr. Brown hasn't secured a job and accusing him of relying on her income. The judge quickly shuts down her argument, making it clear that sporadic handouts don't equate to real support. As the discussion unfolds, her dismissive attitude becomes even more apparent. She even suggests that Mr. Brown should just get a job, completely disregarding the reality that he's been raising their son full-time. The judge doesn't let it slide, firmly reminding her that parenting isn't just about occasional financial help. It's about steady commitment and responsibility. Her lack of accountability is impossible to ignore, and the judge isn't willing to overlook it.
Do you carry it? Do you carry health insurance for the child?
Ask him.
Do you carry health insurance for
all the information?
Ma'am.
Well, see, that's the problem. I have a hard time communicating with her. Communication.
I'm having a hard time communicating with her, so I can't even imagine what you have to deal with and
Very
talking
rough.
to her about the child.
And he just wants to know where his mother is and why she doesn't want to be part of our lives and why she doesn't want to come around, why she wasn't involved in any of his after-school activities.
That is a legitimate concern. That is
The
a
teachers
legitimate
wanna know
concern.
where his mother
Sir,
is.
Who pays health insurance for the child?
Well, the health insurance, it's kind of hard right now.
So he doesn't have any health
He has no
insurance
health
coverage
insurance,
right
no.
now.
He has no health insurance.
Please.
So we're going to fix that right now. So according to your own testimony and your tax returns and your 1099s, it does equate to about $85,000 a year. So what we're going to do is order you to pay child support. Based on your gross, it comes out to $7,083.33. And right now the child isn't covered on any sort of health insurance coverage, so you're also going to be responsible for obtaining health insurance for the child, okay? And I'm going to order you do that within 30 days. That's what you're going to have to do. I have your net resources at $5,138.10. So your child support obligation monthly, and giving you credit, how many other children did you say?
I have 4.
4, okay. So giving you credit for your other children, your child support obligation comes out to $698.78. And I'm also going to order you pay back support to this man. He requested in his paperwork that you.
The judge wastes no time in delivering a firm ruling. After reviewing the ex-partner's $85,000 annual income, she orders a monthly child support payment of $698.78. On top of that, she must secure health insurance for their son within 30 days. But the ruling doesn't end there. The judge mandates retroactive child support for the past 4 years, totaling $33,541.44, payable in $1,000 monthly installments. Altogether, her financial obligation rises to $1,698.78 per month. However, the judge makes it clear that this case isn't just about money. Accountability is key, and both parents have a duty to prioritize their child's well-being over careers or personal conflicts. The decision is firm, fair, and leaves no room for excuses.
Last 4 years, child support back pay is $33,541.44, and I'm going to have you repay that monthly at $1,000. So your total monthly obligation is $1,698.78 for child support obligation. Any questions about that?
As long as he get a job and stop living off of me.
You know what, ma'am? He can't be living off of you if you haven't given him anything consistently.
That's according to him.
Okay, well, you haven't provided me with anything different. Okay, so, exactly. Is there anything further, sir?
No, not too much. As long as she doesn't want to be around and she's willing to financially help support him, then maybe I can go off and further my education and be a better father and mother.
Sounds good to me. So, if there's nothing further from either of you, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, you know what, ma'am, cut it.
As the case wraps up, the judge takes a moment to highlight key legal principles. In Texas, self-employed parents have the same child support obligations as those with traditional jobs. She also clarifies that retroactive child support can be enforced for up to 4 years, ensuring that past responsibilities aren't overlooked. More importantly, she emphasizes that raising a child requires both consistent financial and emotional support. While Mr. Brown's commitment to his son is commendable, it shouldn't come at the expense of his own future. The episode closes with a powerful takeaway. If you know someone facing a similar battle, share their story, because every ruling in child support court shapes a child's future. The judge's final words serve as a firm reminder: parenting is a shared duty, and no child should be left without the support they deserve.